What's going on, my friends? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today on Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at $234. We're up about 4%. There are a few things I want to get into with you today. And one thing, whenever you're looking at this space and you're a longer term investor, one thing you always want to remember is go with the trend. So one thing I want to do before we actually get into the full feature chart here, I just want to show you on the line graph how you can clearly see Litecoin's trend is still up. What we're trying to do right now is form a support right on top of this area, which was previous resistance. If you study about technical analysis, that's what you want. You want to break through that resistance and then turn into support. So this is actually a very critical area for Litecoin to hold, and we want to see some type of bounce out of here. And when you're looking at Litecoin, the thing you always want to look at first is Bitcoin, and you want to see what Bitcoin's doing, because Litecoin could have a perfect setup, and if Bitcoin dumps, it's going to bring it down with it most of the time. So always be aware of that. And another thing I wanted to do before we get into the full featured chart here, I want to just show you the technicals where we're at right now, and we're very neutral, and we're going to dig into that a little bit more on this full featured chart. And also, guys, if you get some from this and you think Litecoin should be a top 5 coin, smash that like button. Let me know what you've been doing with Litecoin. Do you think we're going to get another leg to the upside here? Do you think this was the top for Litecoin? Our previous all-time high in terms of candle closes was about $377. So that's what we're going to have to get up above. What you can see here is when Litecoin it corrects very hard and heavy. I mean, even back here, it was on pretty heavy volume. This drop was on heavy volume. This drop was on very heavy volume. So that's why we need a nice bounce out of here. And what you're seeing here, guys, you can see this support. It was roughly around, I'd say, about $238, right in that range. That's what we're going to need to close up above today. And the more that this candle here, this green candle, can penetrate yesterday's candle, that's going to show the significance of if this is the local bottom, so we can start moving back up in this range. So we're going to have to get up above 238 there, have a candle close up above that, see if maybe this can be some tweezer bottoms here. We'll have to see as this candle progresses throughout the day. If we can get up over top of that area, we're going to look to around 256 as overhead resistance, then be around 271 is going to be the spot. If we're looking at the relative strength, what you can see here is the RSI is at 47, so we do have plenty of room. If this can be our local bottom like we had back in this range here, we would have plenty of room to go back up here and test some of these higher levels, and that's what you want to see. Because basically, guys, if we wanted to even keep going from where we are at, our relative strength was up to about 77, and we had a shooting star candle. So yeah, maybe we could have pushed up a little higher to that 377, but we still would have had that massive crash, because we're going to have a lot of buying pressure to get up through that all-time high to get into those blue sky breakouts. So volume is critical today. We want to continue to watch that. Our stock RSI is at 3 and 1 right now, so we are in the territory where we typically do put in that local bottom and then get a nice move to the upside. But we're going to have to wait and see what Bitcoin wants to do. Right now, Bitcoin is roughly, let me see. Guys, I know I got it down here somewhere. One second. These are a lot of the coins I look at. So we're at 50,370 right now. So we're going to see if we can hold that critical area of about 47,000 is going to be the range. If we get into the technicals, what you're seeing here, like we talked about earlier, neutral. We have an 8 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 9 buy. Oscillators 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. So just everyone, I believe, is kind of patiently waiting to see if this is going to be that local bottom, so we can go up there and maybe get that next swing higher high up into that range of $377. Next, what I wanted to do was get into coin market cap. This is a good one to always look at here. You can kind of see we're at 1.88 trillion. We're up 2.42%. And here's Bitcoin. Ethereum's at about 2,341. But I wanted to go into Litecoin here, and we'll take a look at the LTC BTC chart as well, so we can pay attention to that. Overall market cap is about $15.5 billion right now, and you can see the overall line structure if we get into the log for Litecoin here. So this is the area that we'll have to break up above, and then we'll be into those blue sky breakouts. How do we feel about Litecoin today? We'll say good. And then let's get the USD chart off, and we're going to get into the BTC. Let's make this a little bit larger here. So what we've talked about here, guys, are these big cycles that come in. Litecoin, when it rips, it really rips hard. I mean, it basically goes straight up, so you kind of have to prepare for these things. Tough thing is about this, when we do go down so far, many times people, they'll try to get in like right in this area here. They'll think this is the bottom, then you have another big plunge. So I always like to look for that climax volume, that real heavy volume at bottoms and tops. And it does look like as price was going down here, we're gaining some volume. So we're going to have to see if we can get over top of, it's about 0.05 BTC, and then it's going to be up to around that 0.06 BTC are going to be the overhead resistance areas that we want to hang on to, in my opinion. But you can see we've really had this big slide down, so we're due in the days and weeks to come to get some type of massive move out of here, would be my opinion. But you guys let me know, leave me a message down low. I appreciate you being here with me. God bless you all. Take care.